In this video, I will explain why advanced planning is an important activity in supply chain management. Advanced planning supports supply chain management by identifying alternatives of future activities and selecting some good ones or even the best one. Along a supply chain, many individual decisions have to be made and coordinated every minute. These decisions might have different economic and environmental consequences. For example, they might comprise rather simple questions, like which job has to be scheduled next on a specific machine, or rather serious questions of whether to open or close a factory. Of course, the more important the decision, the better it has to be prepared. The preparation of such decision is the main task of advanced planning in supply chain management. The validity of a plan is restricted to a specific planning horizon. When reaching the planning horizon, a new plan has to be made that reflects the current status of the supply chain. According to the length of the planning horizon and the importance of the decisions to be made, planning tasks are usually classified into three different planning levels. First, we have long-term planning of strategic decisions. These decisions should form the basis for the development of a supply chain in the future. They typically concern the design and structure of a supply chain and have long-term effects, noticeable over several years. A long-term decision in biomass supply chains might concern the opening or the location of a new biorefinery. Second, we have what we call midterm planning of tactical decisions. Within the scope of the strategic decisions, midterm planning determines an outline of the regular operations. For example, rough quantities of biomass that must be supplied from specific location to meet the annual demand of various bio-based products. The planning horizon of such decision ranges from 6 to 24 months, enabling the consideration of seasonal developments and of demand. Finally, we have the short-term planning of operational decisions. The planning horizon is between a few days and 3 months. This is the lowest planning level where we specify all activities as specific instructions for immediate execution and control. These short-term planning decisions require the highest degree of detail and accuracy. An example of typical operational decisions in biomass supply chain is related to daily routing problems for collecting the available biomass from producers. Short-term planning is restricted by the higher level decisions on structure and quantitative scope. Still, operational decisions are important for the actual performance of the supply chain. This concerns, for example, lead times, delays, customer service, and other operational issues. These three planning levels can be used to classify important planning tasks in supply chains. Thank you for watching.